All right, our next song is Feelin' Groovy. It's on page 11 of your Musical Moments Book 1. Okay, I changed the camera angle because this piece is just for the left hand and I want you to be able to see my hand really well. Look at your music for a moment too. Notice that everything is written in the bass clef. That's how I know it's just the left hand. Everything's written down here, down here, down here. Okay, look at the top of the page. These are chord shells, what we call chord shells. And this song is made up of two chord shells. You're going to hear me call them CG chord shell and BG chord shell. This is what they look like on the piano. This is what they look like on the staff. This is a really fun little piece. You're going to like it. So, look up there. So CG. If we go to our left hand position that we did with Saturday Night and Love Song, it's the same thing. We're in that same position for this. When you look at the music up there, you notice that there's two notes that are stacked on top of each other. That means when you see notes stacked on top of each other, that means that they play at the same time. You see that? I'm letting my arm help me. I lift and I drop. I lift and I drop. That's the CG chord shell. There's only two of them. CG. Now, here we go. Look at your music. In the third measure, where there's an arrow going down, on the bottom note, see that arrow? It's going down. That's your little finger, your pinky going down. Your thumb stays on G, but if you think of the alphabet, before C is B, I'm just going to take my little finger down one note. My thumb stays in that position on G, and my my pinky, goes down to B. So just take a moment on your piano and just practice shifting those back and forth. There's CG, I lift, and before I drop, I take my pinky and move it over one. Then I move it back. My thumb never changes positions. You see that? I'm only moving my little finger over one. That's all I'm doing. This is the first line. Okay, look at the very bottom of the page. These are different note values, they're called. The dark one at the bottom, this is called the note head, where it's black with the stem. You may know those from other musical experiences, but the term, which we'll use more and more later, is called a quarter note, and it just gets one beat. It's like one, one. Those are quarters, and that's why we say play, 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 play. Notice the play hold, that's called a half note, and that means it's twice as long. So you'll hear me say play, hold, play. So they're slower, right? You hang on to it. And the last one, which is just a circle without the stem on it, it's just a circle like these up here. Those are the longer ones. Play, hold, hold, hold. Play, hold. You hang on to those longer. Okay, let's try the first line together. Every one of these are the play, hold, hold, hold. Those are the longer ones. So we start on the CG chord shell and drop and hold it. Play, hold, hold, and you do it again. Play, hold, hold. Now, keep your thumb where it's at and take your pinky over to the B. BG chord shell. Then you come back to the C. Hold, hold, hold. Now, a little tip here. Little tip. Notice the G on the top. It's the same in every one. It's always the same. So what that means, you don't really have to focus on that. Tell your brain, I'm just going to lift up and repeat that each time. Your eye only needs to really watch at the bottom. So there's your C. There it is again. It's in the same space. Then the arrow tells you to drop down to B. You stay on B. The arrow tells you to come up. Come up. Okay, that's the first line. Second line, again, just follow the bottom line. Don't pay attention to the right. It's always going to be the same, or the top note. It's always the same. Listen to the second line. Listen to me play it, and just watch your music. So I'm starting on C, G chord shell. So it's C, C. Now I drop down. I come back up to C. I go down to B. Now here's a quick one. It goes C, B, C. Try it with me, that second line. Here we go. Are you on C, G? Here we go. 1, 2, second line, C. Hold, drop down, play, hold, move back, drop it down, pinky comes back and down. Okay, if you need to just stop the video at any point and just do that a few times, eventually your hand will feel really comfortable moving back. The trick is when you go down with your pinky, don't move the other fingers. Keep them in the same place and just move the pinky over. That's the only thing that should be moving. Okay, look at the last line. This is the first one. I think of it like I'm bouncing a ball, So there's 4 in the measure and they're shorter. So it's C, C, C. Now change. Move back. C, C, B, B, C, C, C. Let's do it again. Third line. Bounce with me. Ready? Go. C, bounce, bounce, bounce. B, bounce, bounce. C, B, C, C. Play, hold, off. Oh boy. All right, here we go. This is a fun one. Got kind of a long introduction, so just listen. Drop down, hold, 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 come back up, C. Second line, a little faster, play, hold, change, move back, change, now watch it, it goes C, B, C, last line, bounce. We gotta try that again, okay? Let's go again. First line, play, hold, hold, hold. Second line, play, hold, play, hold. Third line, play, 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 play. Ready?